Hey, wanted to give you a really quick update on my reading for November. So I'm still barreling through on Drums of Autumn. I'm in part 10, 743. So page 743. So I'm gonna try to knock this out in the next few days because I'm ready to be finished. Although I am enjoying it. That's good. I also finished my nonfiction November picks, so that was Witches by Erica Young, which I enjoyed. It's a lovely book, and it's a great. I think the illustrations are really the strength of the book. So the illustrations are really beautiful. I finished 10,000 Roses by Judy Rebick, which is a really feminist book in the sense that there are over 100 women who share their stories in this book. So what Judy did was she broke down the second wave of feminism in Canada into some different sections, some covering events, some covering different issues. And she asked women to share those stories. So she interviewed women and transcribed those interviews, and she also had women talk about things in their own words. And I really enjoyed that. There were so many voices. They were very diverse. They covered the disability, the disabled women's movement. It covered LGBT issues. It covers poverty issues. It covers unions and left-leaning issues. It covers abortion rights. It covers all the things that second wave feminism has brought to the forefront, and it does it in a way that is, it's very amazingly done in less than 300 pages. And it was one of those books that taught me how little I know about my own country's history in terms of the women's movement. And I really appreciated understanding how ignorant I was about that and how unique this women's movement is in Canada. Because of our political structures and because of the differences in the way that we have evolved as a country, as a nation. It also talks about Aboriginal women's movements. So it's really, really a great book. It certainly ends in like mid-2000s, so I think it ends around 2005. So you're really not getting this third wave, essentially, or the Me Too movement, and different things like that are like propelling forward the next generation of feminist issues. But it is a wonderful resource if you are interested in understanding your history of being a woman. There were many moments in here where I just felt so grateful for the women who worked so hard to bring women's rights to the forefront in Canada and to win us the privileges that we have now. And they're still working. A lot of the women in here, there's biographies at the end of each of the women that talk. They're still working. They're still fighting. They're still advocating for immigrant women's issues. Just all of them. They're all covered in this book. So I do recommend it. And this lovely gem of a novella that I read for Novellas in November, The Spare Room by Helen Garner. I've really enjoyed listening to Shawn the Book Maniac and My Reading Days, Natalie's reviews of this, and I just enjoyed it very much. It is a serious topic. It's a woman who is has terminal cancer and going to stay with her friend. And it's about her friend really and what it feels like to take care of someone that you love who's ill and who's maybe misguided and not accepting their fate. But it is a lovely story, so well written, very poignant, and in a lot of ways quite simple. And I think that that's often when stories have the biggest impact. So I also would recommend The Spare Room by Helen Garner. So I'm off now to the library to pick up my December reads, and Obviously, this is going to go into December for me, but I'm going to try my best to get it done in the next week because I really am interested in moving on to different books. And I will talk to you again later. I'm still reading this book. I'm still reading it. I'm really close. I'm on the part 12, which I think is the last section. Really, is it the last section? This book is, I really wanted to finish it last week, and I just didn't finish it. And I feel like it's rather an albatross hanging around my neck right now, and I just want to get it done. And I don't know if I want to continue on in this series. I think I'm going to do a whole other video about the series that I'm in, like what book I'm at, whether I'm going to keep reading them. I would never normally consider abandoning a series, but I just don't know if this genre is right for me in reading format. I love the story, and there's parts of it that I think are excellent. So many parts, actually, but overall, the roller coaster ride of over 1,000 pages in these stories is just, I don't know if I just picked the wrong time to read this in my life or what, but anyway, today's the day. This is the book that never ends. It just goes on and on, my friends. Seriously, I really feel that way right now. Like, I feel like the pages are spawning and I just have more and more to read as I go rather than less. But it's almost there because my December TBR has been sitting here on my nightstand for over a week, and I have not started reading because I didn't want to read at the same time as this. I just wanted to get this done. So the Feminist Orchestra Book Club, which is run by Jean, of Jean's Bookish Thoughts, and Lauren Wade, Reads and Daydreams. This is their book club pick for November and December, and I've never read along with any of their book club picks, but I had Kindred by Octavia E. Butler on my TBR, and I thought, oh, it's a great time to read along. I'll just grab this from the library and read along. And I'm really anxious to get into it. It's not a long book, and I am really excited to read this in the last 3 weeks of December. After tomorrow, I will actually have some calm days where there's not a lot going on, and I can just kind of ease into the holiday season. And so this is going to be the book that I ease in there with. Really excited to read it and just get out of Outlander world. And then the other book is Christmas Days, 12 Stories and Feast for 12 Days by Jeanette Winterson. I always like to read at least one book with holiday-themed stories in it, and Jen Campbell recommended this book on her channel, and I've actually seen it recommended on Lauren in the Books, many channels, and I've never read any Jeanette Winterson, so I felt like this was a great place to start with short stories and holiday stories, and just something to get me into the holiday spirit. So I'm really excited to get to this too, and I'm really looking forward to a fresh new start in book world. But yeah, I will check in with you later, and or maybe I won't check in with you later. I think I'll construct this reading vlog from the other videos, the other little videos I've been shooting over the week of me finishing this book. I might insert a little clip of me finally finishing it. I kind of wanted to document the frustration that I'm having so that I don't forget about this the next time I contemplate whether or not I want to read the next book. Because I like reading tomes, I like reading big books, but I don't like this feeling of just, can I get to the end, please? I don't like that feeling. So I think that's what I'm struggling with in reading this series. So, yeah, I'll check in with you later. I finished it.